Hey, what's going on? I'm the gay relationist, and we're skipping across age and going to my favorite subject, or this is one of my favorite subjects, gay male sex. Yes! So I got my shirt off, being comfortable all this week, or at least for the days of talking about gay male sex, because I'm gonna be comfortable talking about the situation. I don't know about you, but I don't do this just to think I look good. I'm just decent. That's all I am. I do this to be an example for everyone that you have to be comfortable with who you are. So, someone's always going to have something to say about you, tall, short, big, small, whatever. Just be comfortable with who you are. We are an advanced, I always say we are an advanced alternative people. Gay people are. So, be that person. Be confident in your body, mind, and spirit. And if you can't be confident in this subject that we're talking about, if you can't be comfortable in those areas, then your relationship is going to fail. That's number one. I've always said that. But number two, you should have no problem talking about sex within your relationship. And I'm going to talk about gay male sex, of course, because my lesbian sisters, I'm sorry, I just don't know enough about it. I'm not a lesbian. I just don't know enough about pussy to talk about those things. So as soon as I learn more, I'll get to you. Before I go any further, I want to give a shout out to, excuse me, I'm saying this right, David Bernhardt. Am I saying that right? Doug Bernhardt. I want to give a shout out to Doug Bernhardt. Sorry. He had some good things to say about my AH Discoordinate videos. Really appreciate his comment. He said he learned a few things. I learned things from y'all. There's no doubt about it. This is about a sharing process. I don't know everything, and I probably don't want that responsibility, but I want the responsibility of learning. So we learn best from each other. If you have any perspectives, comments, opinions, whatever, put it down in the comment area. Subscribe. What else? Oh yeah, I'm on Twitter. Get to me at Twitter, the Gay Relationist. Get to me on Facebook. Poke me there at the Gay Relationist, and I'm on Google Plus, Gay Relationist. So now let's get on to gay male sex. Now this is going to be more of a starter thing. Okay, at least this video is going to be. I'm not going to dig too much into it. This is going to be more to those gay males that really have not, or younger males, young adults, teenagers, whatever, who really have not experienced gay male sex. Because just like I believe there's sex education within the school system. And teach you how to put on a condom, teach you all that. Teach you about STIs. It should be a gay male sex education because being a gay male, especially I'm 35, health education and sex health has been drilled into our heads because of HIV, being susceptible for STIs and all this other nice stuff. So if we're going to be, if this is going to stigma, or which is more than now just stigma, of course the CDC says that HIV is racking the gay community. We need some sort of education to learn about that. Education about community, especially in relationships, because sex is an important part of especially a gay male relationship. Sometimes we base our relationships on sexual roles. A top will try to find a bottom. Versatile will try to get down with it all. And so sometimes we know that sometimes you say you're versatile on that goddamn Adam or that damn BBRT or whatever the hell, and you turn to be a bottom. You know you're wrong. So I just want to say, I'll put this in a PSA mode. Nobody should be more comfortable and more concerned with you not becoming HIV positive than yourself. Nobody on this planet should be more concerned with that than you. Don't expect anybody else, because I hate to say it, young gay males, learn this, understand this. If you're in that promiscuous world of sexual of relationships, which there's nothing wrong. No one's judging that. That's its own relationship on its own. My thing on this is that these men are not going to be sympathetic to you, or not all of them, I should say not all of them, but the mindset is that you are the one responsible for your sexual health. Nobody is going to be more responsible or should be more responsible than you. And if you become HIV positive, you're not wearing a condom, if that happens, nobody can be mad but you. You be mad at yourself because everybody has to take responsibility for their own action. I just want to make sure that's clear because we're going to be talking about bareback sex. We're going to be talking about all that. And in my book, as long as you are two consenting adults doing whatever you want to do, but you're consenting, then you do whatever you want to do. That's not my place here to judge you. My thing is just to teach you how to maybe have a better experience, how an experience that won't hurt as much if you're a bottom, and try understanding that in a relationship role or in a relationship confine. So let's just get us to some basic things here. So now in the gay male world, you have top, bottom, versatile, right? Cool. Now, of course, top being the one being penetrated, top being the one that's doing the penetrating, bottom is the one being penetrated. As a bottom, okay, you want to try to clean out as best as possible. Now, here's the thing to this. Sometimes that might take a few minutes. Sometimes that might take a longer bit of a time. Sometimes it might take 4 or 5 of the flushing out. Sometimes it might take 20 or 30 times of the flushing out. But you should don't do it to a point, because I've heard about these stories where some people do it to a obsessive, compulsive point where they're actually hurting themselves doing it. And I'm saying, look, you know what? Accidents are going to happen, okay? You being a bottom, if you decide to go that route and want to go that area, you decide, hey, I want to be one being fucked. That's what it's about. And then learning how to clean yourself out is important, but don't do it to a point where you are actually hurting yourself, where you're doing it so much as getting sore down there and you're bleeding and all that. No, that's not what this is about. And yes, and let me be sure that some tops get turned off by the fact that something comes out when they're doing their thing, and bottom is getting fucked, and sometimes it happens. It's an accident. There's nothing that you can do about it. You're human, but nobody should be disrespecting you about that. I just want to be sure about that, especially someone that you care about. You got sexual relationships and full-fledged love relationships, and in both of those relationships, you can have caring. I know one is more about sex, but in any part, should you feel disrespected by your partner, especially if something like that actually happens. So the thing that I'm trying to get to you in this one brief moment, we'll get more into it tomorrow, and we'll dig more into the next couple of days, is that there's got to be respect. No matter what kind of relationship it is, sexual or full-fledged love relationship, being a bottom in that area, you want to be clean, so that in that way be respectful to your top, to the partner, your top, and of course, top and bottom is a way that those are main categories that we drive our attraction on as gay men, but nobody should disrespect you because of that, or because that's something you have this accent. I mean, I've just seen it. And I'm just here to let you know that that's not how the way it goes. If you don't feel, it's the same as you being a top man or being top, and someone says that you ain't man enough to do the job, that you ain't hitting the walls and working the middle. As black people say, you ain't working the walls and working the middle. So if that's like someone telling you that you ain't man enough. So tops. If you can understand from that point of view, that's like saying that you disrespecting a bottom person talking because something comes out when you're fucking, and all that happens, and I've seen this happen. You disrespect that person, especially if they're in a relationship with that person. That's the same as someone telling you that you can't get your dick up, so then you can't fuck right. It's all about respect at the end of the day. So, I mean, I just want to get that out. That's just a brief little overview of what we're talking about. Sexual relationships, doing it better, having a fun time, respecting each other, honest, open, talking about it, being comfortable, and all of that jazz. So, we'll get more into it, but right now, I'm the gay relationist, letting you know that it's peace, the fuck, out.